Imagine a man sitting at home, surrounded by the quiet hum of familiarity. To some, this might seem like a life of isolation, but what if this is where he feels most connected to the world? Today, we're diving into the psychology of the man who loves staying at home. This isn't about laziness or fear. It's about a profound need for control and comfort, a concept psychologists call self-determination theory. These men aren't avoiding life. They're curating it, seeking autonomy and purpose in their personal sanctuaries. But why? What drives this intense need for a home base? And what can the rest of us learn from their unique perspective? The click of the front door lock is not just a sound. It's a symphony of relief playing across the nervous system. It begins with the ears, the auditory signal acting as a trigger that sets off a cascade of physiological responses. The sound waves travel through the ear canal, vibrating the eardrum and stimulating the tiny bones of the middle ear. This mechanical energy is converted into electrical signals that the brain interprets as the distinct sound of the lock clicking shut. This auditory cue is powerful, a conditioned response that has been reinforced time and time again. It's similar to the concept of conditioned place preference in psychology, where a neutral stimulus becomes associated with a positive experience, eliciting a favorable response. As the brain processes this sound, it sends signals to the rest of the body, initiating a wave of physical relaxation. The muscles, previously tense and coiled like springs, begin to unwind. The shoulders, often creeping up towards the ears in anticipation of the world's demands, drop slightly. The jaw, clenched tight from the effort of maintaining a polite smile, loosens its grip. This is the body's way of releasing the accumulated tension of the day, a phenomenon known as muscle relaxation response, often used in stress management techniques like progressive muscle relaxation. Simultaneously, the breath deepens and slows. The diaphragm, that large, dome-shaped muscle at the base of the lungs, expands fully, allowing for a more efficient exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. This change in breathing pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system, often referred to as the rest and digest system. It's a direct counteraction to the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the fight or flight response. The parasympathetic system conserves energy by slowing the heart rate, increasing intestinal and gland activity, and relaxing sphincter muscles in the gastrointestinal tract. It's a full-body shift from alertness to repose. Meanwhile, the mind begins to quiet. The constant hum of thoughts, like a radio tuned between stations, starts to fade. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like decision-making and social behavior, gets a break from its incessant work. Instead, the default mode network, a large-scale brain network, becomes more active. This network is associated with introspection, daydreaming, and mind-wandering. It's the brain's way of processing the day's events and integrating them with past experiences. This mental shift is akin to the concept of psychological detachment in the context of recovery experiences, which is crucial for stress reduction and overall well-being. As the body and mind begin to settle, a profound sense of peace washes over the individual. It's a feeling of safety, of being untouchable by the chaotic world outside. This sense of security is the foundation upon which the introvert's true self can emerge and thrive. Consider the home as a sanctuary, a high-security vault where your energy is preserved and protected. It's not just a physical space. It's a psychological boundary, a concept that aligns with the idea of personal space theory proposed by psychologist Robert Sommer. This theory suggests that individuals maintain a certain distance from others to feel comfortable and secure. For a man who loves staying at home, this space is where he can retreat and recharge, away from the demands and distractions of the outside world. Imagine a scenario where a friend calls, asking for a spontaneous outing. The thought of leaving the comfort of home feels like stepping out into a cold, draining wind. It's not that he doesn't enjoy his friend's company, but each outing is a negotiation of his energy. He's the sole administrator of who gets access to his time and attention, much like a bouncer at an exclusive club. This selective engagement is a form of self-care, a way to conserve energy for activities and interactions that truly matter to him. It's a practical application of self-determination theory, which emphasizes the importance of autonomy, competence, and relatedness in fostering motivation and well-being. Think of his home as a fortress, with walls made of carefully chosen routines and habits. Each activity, from reading a book to cooking a meal, is a brick in this fortress, reinforcing his sense of control and predictability. When he's at home, he's in charge. This control is crucial for his mental well-being. It's similar to the concept of locus of control in psychology, where individuals believe they have control over their lives, leading to better coping mechanisms and reduced stress. His home is where he can exercise this control, making decisions that align with his needs and desires. Yet, this fortress is not a prison. It's a space where he can engage with the world on his terms. He might choose to work from home, attend virtual meetings, or connect with friends online. This selective engagement allows him to balance his need for security with his desire for connection. It's a testament to his ability to set boundaries, a skill that is often overlooked but is crucial for mental health. By viewing his home as a high-security vault for his energy, he's not being lazy or antisocial. He's practicing a form of self-preservation, ensuring that he has the energy and mental resources to engage with the world in a meaningful way. This careful management of his energy is a hidden strength, a testament to his self-awareness and discipline. The normal crowd often finds themselves ensnared in the hedonic treadmill, a concept in positive psychology that describes the phenomenon where people constantly seek new experiences or possessions to achieve happiness, only to return to their baseline level of satisfaction once the novelty wears off. This is exemplified by the weekend warrior who spends their hard-earned money on a lavish night out, only to find themselves craving another extravagant experience the following weekend. Their savings dwindle, and their sleep cycles become disrupted as they prioritize being seen in the right places over rest and recovery. It's not just about the money. It's the energy spent maintaining an image, the mental fatigue of keeping up appearances. This constant chase often leaves them feeling empty, their battery drained, and their time slipping away like sand through an hourglass. In stark contrast, the man who loves staying at home practices a form of resource management that prioritizes long-term stability over fleeting moments of social validation. He understands the principle of delayed gratification, a concept popularized by Walter Mischel's marshmallow test, which demonstrates that individuals who can resist the temptation of an immediate reward in favor of a larger, later reward tend to have better life outcomes. He allocates his financial resources wisely, ensuring that he has a safety net for future uncertainties. His sleep cycle remains undisturbed, allowing him to wake up refreshed and ready to tackle the day's challenges. He doesn't feel the need to be seen in the right places because his self-worth isn't tied to external validation. This grounded approach to life is not a sign of laziness or social ineptitude, but rather a form of energy conservation. According to the conservation of resources theory by Stephen E. Hobful, individuals strive to obtain, retain, and protect things they value, including objects, personal characteristics, conditions, or energies. By minimizing unnecessary social expenditures, the home-loving man conserves his energy for activities that truly matter to him, such as hobbies, personal projects, or quality time with close friends and family. This approach allows him to live a more balanced and fulfilling life, free from the constant pressure to keep up with the normal crowd. It's not about shutting oneself off from the world, but about choosing to engage with it on one's own terms, ensuring that every interaction is meaningful and every resource is spent wisely. This conscious choice leads to a sense of autonomy and self-determination, key components of self-determination theory, which emphasizes the importance of feeling in control of one's life and actions. In the realm of human psychology, the concept of environmental psychology sheds light on how our surroundings shape our behaviors, emotions, and cognitive processes. A man who loves staying at home often seeks a controlled environment, where every element is meticulously optimized for his comfort and productivity. This isn't merely about preference, it's a strategic approach to life, rooted in the understanding that our surroundings significantly influence our mental states. By controlling lighting, temperature, and noise levels, he creates an ecosystem that caters to his unique needs, much like a gardener tends to a specific plant, providing it with the exact conditions it requires to thrive. Lighting, for instance, is not just about illumination. It's a powerful tool that can alter mood and productivity. A 2013 study published in the journal Brain and Behavior found that bright light therapy can significantly improve mood and cognitive function. For our home-loving man, adjusting the lighting to suit his tasks is a form of self-regulation. He dims the lights for relaxation, mimicking the calming effects of a sunset, which triggers the release of melatonin, a hormone that promotes sleep. Conversely, he brightens his workspace to mimic natural daylight, boosting his alertness and focus. This is an application of the stimulus control theory, which suggests that our environment can be used to control our behaviors and internal states. Temperature control is another aspect of his carefully curated environment. The ideal room temperature for productivity and comfort is typically around 72 degrees F, 22 degrees C, according to a study by the Helsinki University of Technology. But for our man, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the feeling. He understands that being too hot or too cold can be distracting, sapping his energy and focus. By maintaining a consistent, comfortable temperature, he creates a sensory baseline that allows him to conserve mental energy for more important tasks. This aligns with the principles of sensory processing sensitivity, a theory that suggests some people are more affected by their environment than others. For him, temperature control is a form of self-care, a way to respect his body's needs and optimize his mental state. Noise levels are the final piece of the puzzle. In a world filled with constant chatter, traffic, and other distractions, our home-loving man seeks sanctuary in silence. He understands that noise pollution can increase stress levels and decrease cognitive performance. Studies have shown that even mild background noise can disrupt concentration and memory. By controlling the noise levels in his home, he creates a haven of tranquility. He might use earplugs, noise-canceling headphones, or simply enjoy the quiet. This isn't about being antisocial. It's about preserving his mental energy. It's a way of practicing boundary setting, a psychological concept that involves establishing limits to protect one's well-being. For him, a quiet home is a safe space, a place where he can think, create, and recharge. His controlled environment is more than just a comfort zone. It's a strategic advantage, a tool for optimizing his life. Your preference for staying in isn't about being boring, but about being the most sensible person in a world addicted to unnecessary friction. It's a form of energy conservation, a strategic retreat from the exhausting demands of a society that glorifies busyness. Consider the concept of autonomy from self-determination theory, which posits that humans have an innate drive to control their own lives. By choosing to stay home, you're exercising that autonomy, deciding how to spend your time and energy in a way that aligns with your needs and values. It's not about avoiding life, it's about curating it. Think of it as a form of conscious consumption, but for experiences instead of products. You're not missing out on the latest trend or event. You're opting out of the hedonic treadmill, that endless cycle of chasing fleeting pleasures. You're choosing to fill your time with activities that truly matter to you, whether that's reading, cooking, or simply enjoying silence. It's a deliberate choice, not a default. This is where the real strength lies. You're not a passive observer. You're an active participant in your own life, making choices that prioritize your well-being. It's a form of self-respect, a recognition that your time and energy are precious resources. In a world that often values quantity over quality, your choice to stay home is a radical act of prioritization. It's a statement that you won't waste your life on meaningless distractions. Instead, you're choosing to invest your time in ways that bring you genuine satisfaction and fulfillment. This is the essence of being sensible. You're not avoiding the world out of fear or apathy. You're engaging with it on your own terms. You're setting boundaries, not walls. You're not saying no to everything. You're saying yes to what truly matters. This is the power of your choice. It's not about being boring. It's about being intentional. It's about recognizing that not all friction is necessary and not all movement is progress. It's about finding the courage to live life on your own terms, even if it means swimming against the tide. It's about being the most sensible person in a world addicted to unnecessary friction. As we've seen, what might seem like mere laziness or social awkwardness can actually be a deep well of introspection, energy conservation, and a keen observation of the world. The man who loves staying at home is not running from life. He's engaging with it on his own terms, embodying what the philosopher Pascal called the art of living alone. His sensitivity, his need for control, his appreciation for solitude. These aren't flaws but tools for navigating a world that often feels overwhelming. He's not missing out. He's choosing in to his own quiet revolution. So, the next time you see someone opt out of a social event, remember, their home isn't a prison. It's their command center, their observatory, their sanctuary. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, they're onto something. If you've enjoyed this exploration, consider diving deeper with us. In our next video, we'll explore another facet of human psychology, the art of saying no and setting boundaries without guilt. Because, as it turns out, every no is a yes to something else, something more aligned with your true self. Until then, stay curious, stay introspective, and most importantly, stay true to what recharges your battery. Because in a world that's always on, there's immense power in the ability to hit pause.